Born on May 28, 1944, in Atlanta, Georgia, Gladys Maria Knight displayed an extraordinary talent for music at a very young age. By the time she was just 4 years old, she was already singing solo in her church choir, captivating congregations with her rich, soulful voice. Recognizing her exceptional gift, her family supported her every step of the way. At the age of 8, she won Ted Mack's Original Amateur Hour television contest, a pivotal moment that hinted at the incredible career that lay ahead for Gladys. In the 1950s, she formed a group with her siblings and cousins, calling themselves the Pips. This family act would go on to become one of the most influential groups in soul and R&B history, known for their smooth harmonies, tight choreography, and Gladys's emotive vocal prowess. These early years were just the beginning of a journey that would forever change the music industry. The rise of Gladys Knight and the Pips. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Gladys Knight and the Pips garnered national attention, first under the Motown label and later with Buddha Records. Their hit songs became the foundation of soul music. One of their defining moments was the release of the iconic Midnight Train to Georgia in 1973, a ballad that topped the Billboard Hot 100 and won a Grammy Award. The song's emotional depth, combined with Gladys's unparalleled vocal delivery, became the group's signature. Alongside hits like I Heard It Through the Grapevine and Neither One of Us Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye, Gladys and the Pips became household names. Their combination of gospel-inspired emotion, R&B groove, and pop sensibility made them one of the most versatile acts of their time, elevating them to stardom in a period of great social change. A solo career and evolving sound. After the Pips disbanded in 1989, Gladys Knight took a bold step into a solo career. She was determined to prove that her talent could stand on its own. Her solo work further demonstrated her vocal mastery and versatility as she ventured into various genres, including pop, R&B, and gospel. Notably, her 1994 gospel album, Many Different Roads, showcased her deep spirituality and connection to faith. Throughout the 1990s and into the 2000s, Gladys's solo albums were met with critical acclaim, affirming her place in music history. Beyond her musical endeavors, she also ventured into acting, making notable appearances in both television and film, including roles in Pipe Dreams and Tyler Perry's I Can Do Bad All by Myself. As an artist and a matriarch of the entertainment world, Gladys Knight became a figure of grace, strength, and resilience, embodying the values of her upbringing. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 1996, Gladys Knight and the Pips were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a crowning achievement that recognized their significant contributions to the world of music. This honor came as a reflection of their enduring impact on the soul and R&B genres. Knight's exceptional vocal talent and the group's groundbreaking work paved the way for future artists, leaving an indelible mark on the musical landscape. Later, she would go on to receive the National Medal of Arts and the Kennedy Center Honors, acknowledging her vast influence not just in music but in the broader cultural sphere. Even as she entered her later years, Gladys's performances continued to captivate audiences worldwide. Her passion for music and her unwavering dedication to her craft ensured that her legacy remained intact, inspiring generations of artists from Whitney Houston to Beyoncé, each of whom owes part of their vocal mastery to Gladys Knight. A life of love, loss, and personal triumph. Gladys Knight's personal life has been just as eventful as her professional career. Over the years, she has experienced both the joy and heartache of love, marriage, and loss. Her first marriage, to high school sweetheart James Newman in 1960, came when she was still a teenager. As her career with the Pips soared, the demands of show business, combined with Newman's struggles with addiction, began to strain their relationship. After 13 years of marriage, they divorced in 1973. Despite the emotional toll, Gladys often speaks with empathy about this period, acknowledging it as an important part of her journey. In 1974, she married music producer Barry Hankerson, with whom she had a son, Shanga. However, this marriage also faced challenges, and they divorced in 1979, after which Gladys focused more on her spiritual growth. She later married motivational speaker Les Brown in 1995, but their union ended in 1997. Finally, in 2001, Gladys found lasting happiness with William McDowell, a man who shared her deep faith and brought her peace. Together, they have focused on charity work and spiritual service, marking the start of a new chapter in her life. A special relationship with Michael Jackson. Now, at 81, Gladys Knight is opening up about her deep and emotional connection to Michael Jackson, one of the most iconic figures in music history. Their relationship extended beyond industry camaraderie. It was built on mutual respect and a profound sense of maternal care that Gladys felt for Michael. Reflecting on the first time she met him as a young boy performing with the Jackson 5, she recalls immediately sensing something extraordinary in him. There was a light in him that was almost divine, she says. She knew early on that Michael was destined for greatness, though she also recognized the heavy burden of fame that came with it. As Michael grew from a child star into the king of pop, Gladys was one of the few who saw the softer, more vulnerable side of him. Despite his fame, Michael remained gentle, shy, and often sought genuine connection with those around him, including Gladys. The burden of fame, Michael's struggles. As Michael Jackson's career skyrocketed, Gladys observed firsthand the immense pressure he faced. She remembers how Michael, despite his incredible talent, was often overwhelmed by the weight of global fame. That kind of pressure isn't natural for anyone, Gladys reflects. She recalls a conversation where Michael told her, "Miss Gladys, sometimes I wish I could just walk down the street and nobody would know my name." Gladys's heart broke for him, knowing that Michael just wanted the freedom to live a normal life. Throughout their friendship, Gladys understood that Michael's fame made him a target for judgment, often painting him in ways that didn't reflect the man he truly was. Despite his struggles, she has always believed that Michael was misunderstood by the public, a fragile and sensitive soul who gave so much of himself to the world, even when the world didn't always reciprocate. Michael Jackson's legacy and Gladys Knight's tribute. Gladys Knight has often spoken of Michael Jackson with a sense of deep affection and respect, especially in the years following his death. In 2009, she performed His Eye is on the Sparrow and The Lord's Prayer at his memorial service, offering a final tribute to her dear friend. Through her reflections, Gladys reminds the world that behind the moonwalks, the records, and the global fame, Michael was a man who just wanted to be loved for who he truly was. We all wanted a piece of him, she says, but what he needed most was peace. In her honest recollections, Gladys captures the humanity behind the myth of Michael Jackson, a man who gave the world his heart, his joy, and his immense talent. Her reflections on Michael's life serve not just as a tribute to his greatness, but as a reminder of the cost of fame and the importance of understanding and kindness. A tribute to a friend. Gladys Knight's final words. For Gladys Knight, the truth about Michael Jackson isn't about stirring up controversy. It's about paying tribute to the person she knew. "I love that boy truly, and I miss him every day," she says, her voice full of emotion. Her words serve as both a eulogy and a reminder of the heavy toll that fame takes on those who live in its spotlight. Gladys, who has experienced her own trials in the public eye, understands the pressures Michael faced and the price he paid for his greatness. Through her honesty, she shows the world that Michael Jackson was not just a legendary figure, but a human being, deserving of love, respect, and understanding. Her reflections offer a rare glimpse into the personal side of an icon, reminding us that behind every legend is a person with hopes, fears, and dreams, just like the rest of us.